I think we can improve the workflow by starting to think about how we design spaces in 3D space from the beginning. So there's been a lot of tools that have been developed, a lot of them just for entertainment right now.
I think the first thing is the actual construction of a 3D space has become easier with tools like Tilt Brush and Google Blocks in some cases to quickly sketch out physical spaces within VR.
I think what we know from all digital projects is that prototyping early and being able to get user feedback, to test with your users and to understand how to kind of iterate within the technology that you're using is the thing that can make something really fantastic or really niche. So we would always encourage that early testing and that sort of feedback loop as best you possibly can within the technologies that you're working with.
You work within the parameters of what you're able to do or what the technology will enable you to do, but you push at those things. So I think it'll always be content, narrative, experience that drives, and then people will push at the edges of what the hardware is able to do using those.
It is a constant challenge, the sort of balancing of creativity and trying to get the most from the tools, particularly when you don't know what the tools can do, versus creating something which is easily repeatable and sort of predictable.
With the HoloLens, it's really opened up a world for the manufacturing shop floor, because your headsets, your glasses would understand what they're looking at and you can see the outside world. So not shutting yourself off with virtual reality was really a big difference.
It basically comes down to story. What's the structure of that story? If you're going to have people interacting with the story and they can take their own narrative arcs, how can you give them agency but don't give them too much agency? You have to take them on the journey. In effect, you have to hold the hand of your user.
Within my community, we're having a lot of adoption from theatre backgrounds, actually. I think there's an interesting understanding about how you design for a wraparound audience and for a centrally located protagonist.
Getting that architecture right is quite a tricky thing. And so we spent a lot of time with Lego and kind of iPhones down low to get points of view, and just kept adjusting and tweaking and changing stuff until we thought we had a set that worked. It's not really cinematic. You can't cut like in cinema, close up to the eye and see the little twinkle or the shift in the pupil size. You're always 3 or 4 meters away from your actors. And so we thought, well, if we want to do this, because we are in a virtual world, we can make their faces bigger, their eyes bigger. So we kind of exaggerated all that to help transfer emotions over a long way.
But it just shows you the power of VR and the power of being able to experience knowledge, experience it firsthand, not just being told, not being lectured to, and that sort of thing. It's all about story, but also about connecting to knowledge.
I think in the next 2 to 5 years we're going to see quite a few high-profile projects coming online that transform some of that space.